I didn't notice it happening at first. As children, friendships felt permanent. We didn't need schedules or beforehand plans, nor did we need to talk every single day just to prove our friendship. I was always reassured of my friendships as a child because I knew no one could take it away from me. But then came that one day. There was no argument, no dramatic goodbye, no moment when someone said, "This is the end." It was subtle. Conversations became shorter. Laughter felt forced. And gradually, the people that I once knew became fragments that I was forced to carry all alone. Hello everyone, I'm Mahika Shah, a 10th grader, and today I'm here to tell a story that I didn't know was carving itself into my personality. A story where I realized that souls don't meet by accident, that every person that walks into your life is either a blessing or a lesson, and that you can't choose who leaves. I knew the ache was there, but for some reason I was avoiding it. Maybe I was scared, maybe I was guilty, maybe I was just alone. And I never showed that emotion on my face, but it sure did reflect in my actions. Every day, I held the friendships that I had a little tighter. And every fight would leave me feeling unsettled. Thoughts like, what if they leave me after this? Echoed louder than ever. And yet again, friend circles changed. The unsettling part about these changing social dynamics wasn't losing people. It was realizing that I never spoke enough of how much I missed them. And instead, I convinced myself to stay silent. I masked my grief with acceptance, my confusion with a smile, and my longing with the idea that I was mature enough to move on. And I guess no one really prepares you about that part of growing up, huh? We're told about exams, careers, responsibilities, and expectations, but for some reason, no one talks about the quiet grief of outgrowing people that once felt like home. And there's just no manual for learning how to miss someone that's still alive, still out there, just not with you. And at first, I blamed myself. I wondered if I had changed too much or not enough, if I had said the wrong thing or failed to say something important. And yet, despite all of that confusion, I never once reached out. I never admitted how lost I felt without them, and instead convinced myself that silence was strength. Grade 3, I lost a friend to a fight so pitiful that I laugh about it now. Grade 4, lost another dear friend to a whole set of new friends. Grade 5, a new friend group altogether, and up till grade 7, that friend group stayed. Grade 8, new classmates, new social dynamics. And finally, grade 10, I still have that one friend by my side, and I'm hoping she never leaves. The worst part about all of this isn't what people assume. It's not losing someone close. It was losing someone who knew all the vulnerable parts of you. Like every other person in this room, even I get scared being vulnerable in front of sets of eyes watching. Even I get scared expressing emotions without filtering them with a side of me that says, I'm fine. For me, these changes shaped my character. I blinked twice before letting someone in, and thrice before telling them my story. And as I grew older, I learned how to perform stability. I learned how to nod, smile, and say that I was okay, even when I wasn't. Somewhere along the way, vulnerability started to feel more like a risk instead of a release. And so, I locked parts of myself away that supported that vulnerability. The parts that missed being a kid. The parts that missed those friendships. The parts that longed to cry without feeling weak. And that's the thing about hidden emotions. They don't disappear. They wait. They wait and they settle deep inside of you, even when you pretend that they don't exist. For a long time, I carried that nameless feeling, and I didn't know what it was. Sadness, grief, nostalgia. All I knew was that it was heavy. And maybe because I couldn't explain it, I didn't try to express it. I thought that if I waited just long enough, it would finally fade away. But it didn't. Instead, it found its way into my music. We Were Kids comes from a place of brutal honesty that I hadn't allowed myself to feel before. This song, written and sung by me, was born on late nights spent replaying supercuts I did not know how to let go of. It came from the feeling of not feeling enough, and it came out brutal in the form of words so heavily dependent on my voice. From thinking about who we were back then, when friendships felt effortless, when every feeling came out bold, and when being yourself didn't require courage. That's how it came to life. The song is not about wanting to go back. It's about acknowledging loss without anger. It's saying that this mattered to me, even if it doesn't in the same way anymore. And writing it forced me to unmask myself. And in doing so, I realized that how deeply human it is to feel conflicted about change, to grieve what once was, while still choosing to move forward. Letting go of all of those connections back then meant letting go of versions of myself that only existed with them. We talk about breakups, we talk about family loss, but for some reason we don't talk enough about friendship loss, especially when no one is at fault, when love still exists, but growth and proximity pull you in different directions. This song, I reaffirm, is not about wanting to go back. It's about reminiscing what was real. It's saying that those friends mattered to me in ways that were not loud. Because growing out of friendships does not mean they stop mattering. It just means they live on differently. Maybe in memories, maybe in different time frames. And that's the most human part of growth, which involves allowing yourself to feel grateful at the same time as you mourn. Today, the song reaches 5,000 souls, and each stream came straight from the heart. I believe that this feeling, though often unexpressed, is more common than we actually admit it to be. And it's truly comforting to know that I'm not alone in this complex ride of change. I would like to take a moment to thank Janvi Soni, who was a wonderful collaborator on this journey of exploring feelings that were truly inexplicable. We were kids once, and our friendships were real. No matter how far we grow apart, they deserve to be cherished. Because when we allow ourselves to realize that truth, we don't just grow older, we grow more human. Thank you.